Well, friends, good afternoon and welcome. We'll be continuing our class. That basic concept, initial concept, we'll continue our discussion. I think in the previous class, we had covered that part, composition scheme. Then we had initiated the topic, seamless credit. Is it not? Those concepts we are discussing. And we had done some exercise and composition scheme. That exercise we had also done. Today, what we'll do, we'll quickly recapitulate that composition scheme once again, and you will be doing a project also. I will be giving you that as an assignment. I will be explaining you how that project is to be done, and you have to prepare a project, and project will be evaluated. Right, that will be given to you as an assignment. We'll try it here. So now let me share the screen. We'll recapitulate that those concepts of composition scheme that will help you to prepare your project. I'm going for screen sharing now. Okay. So far, various concepts we had already discussed, and you already know there are two schemes we can call, two schemes which a GST service provider can opt. One is our regular scheme, and the other one is composition scheme. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please keep on responding, and quickly we'll see what are the differences, what are the key differences between these two. If you go for regular scheme, regular rates are applicable, and these rates are there in the GST schedule. We had seen it earlier. That schedule specifies, in some cases, it is 18%, some cases it is 28%. Like this, different rates are there. So regular rates, they are called as regular rates. Regular rates will be applicable if the supplier opts for regular scheme. And if you are opting for regular scheme, one important feature is that input tax credit one can also avail. Okay, you know what is input tax credit? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So input tax credit will be learning in detail, but right now basic things you already know. What is input tax credit? On a regular scheme, one can avail input tax credit. And if you are coming under regular scheme as a supplier, then both kind of supplies, that is interstate supplies as well as intrastate supplies, are possible. Okay. And these regular scheme people, regular scheme suppliers, can collect GST. That means from their buyers, they can collect GST. They can issue a tax invoice and they'll be able to collect GST. Right? And they'll be issuing a tax invoice. And they don't have to specify anything. Anything means they don't have to specify that we are coming in a regular scheme or we are regular supplier. That they need not mention. Okay. But if a supplier opts for composition scheme, first benefit is that he can go for some concessional rates. He'll be charged at a different rate. Different rate means sometimes 1%, sometimes 6%, sometimes 5%. It depends. We'll be learning that thing. We have learned a little bit of that thing earlier. So here GST rate will be consistent. But composition scheme supplier cannot avail ITC. It cannot take input tax credit. This is one more feature. Okay, you are aware of this thing? Yes,
Yes, sir.
yeah. And composition scheme supplier also cannot do any interstate supply. And he cannot collect GST from his customers. Okay, that GST, whatever you will be paying, let us say he's paying 1% or he's paying 5% or 6%, that he has to pay from his own pocket. He cannot collect it from the customer. He will not be issuing any tax invoice. He may issue a bill of supply, but he will not be issuing a tax invoice. And he has to specify in the invoice that he is coming under composition scheme. He is a composition scheme supplier and he is not eligible to collect GST from the customers. That fact also has to be specified in the bill. So you've got some broad idea between these two things, what is composition scheme and what is regular scheme. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now we'll go a little deep into that composition scheme aspect. You know, CGST, SGST, IGST for interstate supply, all these things. CGST, SGST, and UTGST. These are for interstate supply. And IGST is levied when there is an interstate supply. Okay. These kind of GSTs are levied. So every time what happens, the supplier collects GST from the customer and he knows what is the input credit available with him. And after setting off input credit, he pays the difference. Okay. But if someone opts for composition scheme practically it is designed to help or to facilitate the small suppliers whose supplies are within the state or within the union territory. So just for small intrastate suppliers, this is a good scheme. Okay. And they have to issue bill of supply and he has to mention composition taxable person. They cannot collect GST, they cannot claim ITC. This is what I discussed. But who can opt for this scheme? Anyone can tell me whether anybody can opt for this scheme or there is a limit as regards to turnover or any other thing.
Sir, there is a turnover limit, sir.
Yeah, what is that limit?
So it's 1.5.
1.5 crore for manufacturer traders.
And for
1.5
service providers, sir, it is
for service
5 crore, 50
providers
lakhs.
up to 50 lakh. Okay, if that is the turnover, actually we have to calculate what is the aggregate annual turnover. How to compute that aggregate annual turnover? These things we will be learning in our subsequent classes. Okay, and you will be learning composition scheme in detail. At that time, we'll see how to compute this aggregate annual turnover. What are the things is to be added? What are the things are not to be added? All these concepts you have to see. Okay, right now we have to remember one more thing, that turnover which are generated against the same PAN means permanent account number, has to be added together to calculate the aggregate turnover. Right. So this scheme is for manufacturer, dealers, and restaurant owners. Restaurant here means restaurant where alcoholic drinks are not served, and small service providers. This scheme is meant for them. Okay, and this is an optional scheme, and this option is required to be exercised. Someone has to exercise that option, then only will opt for composition scheme, and it has to be exercised electronically. That means in the site itself you have to specify that you are opting for this scheme. Electronically, a particular form GST CMP 02, GST composition 02 has to be filed prior to commencement of the relevant financial year. So before commencement of the financial year, this option has to be exercised. It cannot be done anytime during the year unless government specifically gives a notification. Sometimes government does it in different situations. Unless that kind of notification is there, it has to be exercised before commencement of the year, commencement of the financial year. The option can be changed from year to year. It doesn't mean that once you have exercised the option for composition scheme, next year also you have to follow that scheme. Not necessary. Next year you come to regular scheme. Next year you can again come to composition scheme. That is also possible. But if you are opting for composition scheme, you have to exercise this option before commencement of the financial year. Okay. So composition scheme dealer, as you know, has to pay GST at a concessional rate, not regular GST. But if RCM is applicable, that is reverse charge mechanism is applicable, which is applicable at certain services or certain supplies, this RCM is applicable. Then even if he is a composition dealer, he has to pay GST under RCM scheme. Okay, you know what is RCM? Previous class I had explained you that thing. Who can explain me what is RCM?
Sir, in case of RCM, in general case, the seller collects the GST from the customer and gives it to the government. But in
Okay.
case of RCM, the customer has to pay the GST to the government.
Customer has to pay. Okay. Who is replying?
Aditi,
Aditi. Okay. Aditi, good. Answer is right. But you do one thing. Whenever you are, next time you are answering. So when you are talking on GST, don't use the word seller. Instead, use the word supplier. And don't use the word customer. Instead, use it the recipient.
okay, sir.
Okay. Had it been sales tax, your answer is right. Otherwise, in GST, what we'll call, we'll calling them as supplier. Okay, supplier and recipient. A supplier or receiver of service will be using this kind of terminology. Okay. So that will improve your answer. Now, so if reverse charge mechanism is applicable for a particular supplier, then even if the person has opted for composition scheme, he has to pay GST as per normal rate. Normal rate means normal rate for that transaction which is covered under reverse charge mechanism. Okay. The rate applicable for composition scheme, that will not be applicable for paying GST under RCM. Are you able to understand this thing, or I will explain it? So previous class we have understood there are certain services to which reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Okay. One of the example of that services I told you, let us say legal services in certain situations, legal consultancy or advocate services. Okay. Now, for example, let us say you are a dealer who is covered under composition scheme. You are a trader. Fine. Okay. So normally, what is the rate of tax you have to pay? What is the rate of GST you have to pay if you are coming under composition scheme? Who can tell me? You are a trader, not a restaurant owner, not a
So
service
1%.
provider. 1%. Okay. So 1% GST you have to pay. Okay. So whatever service or whatever supplies you are making, you are paying 1% flat. But you yourself is availing a advocate service. Now advocate service is coming under RCM. Is it not? Let us say advocate has billed you 10,000 rupees. Now on this 10,000 rupees, you have to pay GST under RCM or reverse charge mechanism because you are the recipient of the service, recipient of the supply. Is it not? The question is, on that 10,000, will you pay at 1% or will you pay at 18%? What should be your answer? Did you understand the question? All of you? Any one of you can reply. A composition dealer who is liable to pay tax at 1% availed an advocate service on which RCM is applicable. Question is whether this composition dealer on that RC or on that advocate service will be paying GST at 18% or at 1%.
So 18%.
18%. That is normal rate you have to pay. That is the GST is paid. Okay. But actually, you see, that is right. And this GST, he's paying GST, but this is GST under RCM. The question comes. Suppose you are paying on 10,000, you are paying 1,800 GST. Now, question comes whether this composition dealer can avail ITC on this. What should be your answer? Whether he paid this 1,800, whether ITC is possible.
No, sir.
ITC is not possible for the composition dealer. Okay. Right. But this may be eligible for ITC for the supplier because this is a deposit on behalf of the supplier. Supplier may be eligible to avail that. But it is not a GST for composition dealer. Accordingly, he cannot avail ITC on this. These concepts are clear to you or not? In this first chapter, our intention is that cover all these concepts very deeply and thoroughly. Okay, if you are able to do this, so you'll be having very good command on the subsequent chapters. Subsequent chapters you will find it is very easy. Our right now we are focusing that you should understand everything about GST in the first chapter. So if you have understood thoroughly the first chapter, you will be definitely having a confidence that you know most of the things of GST. At least you know that, right? So legal aspect you may not be knowing, but conceptually, by the time you complete the first chapter, you'll be knowing everything about GST. Entire GST will be under your control. Okay, understood? So you have understood this concept, the composition scheme concept. Now again, I'm summarizing all these things. With the help of all these things, you have to make a project on composition scheme. So meaning wise, let us look at this table. All of you are able to see this table, which is appearing on your screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Maybe fonts are a little small, so we need to manage with that. Under composition scheme, you see payment of taxes and prescribed rates on the turnover without adjustments of ITC. ITC adjustments not possible. Without adjusting ITC, you have to pay. Under regular scheme, taxes to be paid, but after adjustment of ITC, if input credit is available, that has to be adjusted. Okay. Now coming to sales part, a composition dealer cannot make interstate sale. He has to restrict his supply only intrastate. Right. Regular scheme, they can do interstate supplies. Interstate as well as local supplies, both the things can be done. Now coming to tax rates. Here lower rates like 0%, which are exempted, 1%, 5%, 6% are applicable. And under regular scheme, 0%, 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%. These are the rates which are prescribed in the schedule. That has to be seen. That will be applied. And coming to filing of the return, composition dealer makes quarterly payment of taxes. And annual return he files. And a regular dealer files GSTR 1 and he makes monthly payment of GST. That is one more feature. Other returns also he filed like GSTR 3B, GSTR 2A, GSTR 9. Or what are these returns? We'll be learning a separate chapter on GST return. At that time, these things will be clear to you. Okay. Now you just keep one thing in the mind. Composition dealer pays tax quarterly and a regular dealer pays tax monthly. And there is some restriction to supplies to sales, that is special economic zones. Special economic zones, if some supplies made, they are treated par with an export. So composition dealer cannot make supply to SEZ, but there is no restriction to make supply to SEZs for regular scheme dealers. There are restrictions on composition dealer. No, not restrictions. So, restrictions are there for regular dealers. In the sense, if a composition dealer wants, he can opt out from composition scheme. That means one can leave composition scheme and come to regular scheme at any time. Throughout the year, he can do it. But restriction in the sense, if somebody wants to opt into the composition scheme, then he has to do it at the prescribed time, which is normally before commencement of the financial year. Okay. Now you see these are the rates applicable for composition scheme. Manufacturer, traders of goods, total 1%. Restaurant where alcohol is not served, 5% total. And for services, 6% is the GST which is applicable. 50% of it is GST and 50% of it is SGST. IGST doesn't arise. Who can tell me why the question of IGST doesn't arise here?
Sir, composition scheme is limited to the state. Interstate sale is not
Yes,
allowed.
exactly. So interstate transactions are not there. Therefore, question of IGST doesn't arise. Okay, a question like a exercise like this in the previous class we had done to understand the concept that if this is the value of whether composition scheme will be better or regular scheme will be better. Sometimes you see composition scheme may be better, sometimes regular scheme might be better. But if you have got some fair idea about business, one thing you will appreciate. When most of the cases, when goods are supplied, right? Let's say traders supply goods. Most of the cases, sale price is same, whether they are going for composition scheme or not going for composition scheme. Let us say some trader is selling the product at 100 rupees. Okay. Another trader is going for composition scheme. Normally, you will find he is also selling at the 100 rupees. Is it not? You are agreeing or not? You are agreeing to this or not? Product price are same. Let us say you are buying a pen from a regular dealer at 100 rupees. Another dealer might be composition dealer. You can find he is also selling at 100 rupees. This happens or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Most of the cases it happens because they purchase from a dealer who might be a regular dealer. For both of them, purchase price is same. Of course, the person who is opting for composition scheme, he can sell it at a concessional rate because effectively his GST liability will be less. But in case of services, a service provider, normally if he is providing his own service, then let us say one service provider is a regular dealer, another service provider is a composition scheme dealer. So naturally, the composition scheme dealer may be able to provide the services at a lower price. Okay, lower gross price because his GST effect is less. Okay, are you getting? Are you understanding? Or
Yes,
should I give a better example, different example?
Yes, understood.
Understood, no? Okay, once again, still I repeat. Let us say, suppose I am a trader. I sell something. Suppose I am a composition dealer. I sell pen. I'm a pen dealer. So if I am a regular dealer, I will be selling a pen at 100 rupees. If I'm a composition dealer, most of the cases I will be selling my same pen as 100 rupees. Because I might be purchasing, including GST at 90 rupees, I'm selling at 100 rupees. The difference is very much. But let us say I'm a service provider. For example, let us say I'm a chartered accountant. I provide this service, chartered accountancy service I provide. If I'm a regular dealer, suppose I'm billing for 1 lakh rupees. So I'll be adding 1 lakh plus 18%. 1,18,000 my client has to pay me. Is it not? If I'm a composite dealer, then I may make a consolidated bill of 1,06,000 because I know out of 1,06,000, maybe 6,000 I'll be paying as my composition GST. Balance is mine. Is it not? So there is a possibility that a service provider may charge his customers or client at a lower rate. Understood this example? Yes or no? Did you understand? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is reverse charge? Before coming to that place, quickly we'll be doing a small exercise. This exercise, in fact, will be given to you as a project. Last time you are done on project. I think all of you are comfortable in Excel now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So learn it. If you are not comfortable, I think one of you, I forgot the name.
So
Doesn't
this
matter.
table you gave us,
Yeah.
last class you gave us to do this table.
Yeah. This I had given you, but today we'll be doing a different thing in a different style. We'll be doing it.
Okay, sir.
So, you know, if you are remember your evaluation scheme, we got 20 marks on project evaluation. We'll be doing a project right now. I'll stop sharing this file. I'll be showing you, in fact, how to do it, and we'll be doing it. And watch it carefully. Or if possible, take a pen and paper, note down how we'll be doing it. Well, all of you have marked your attendance in the chat box. If some of you have not done, do it. Well, I am now sharing an Excel sheet with you. Just a minute. What you are seeing on the screen? Are you seeing a plain Excel sheet?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. You are ready with your pen and paper? So it's a
Yes, sir.
project. Okay. So you can give our institution name. You can write project number 1. Okay. Write your name. Write your XUB ID. You are seeing all these things. Is it visible to you? This size font is visible to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll be doing one business modeling. Business modeling on regular scheme versus composition scheme of GST. Okay, I'll be showing you one sample model. You may improve it in your own style. You may improve it. I'm just showing you. Try to do something better than what I am doing it here. Okay, so something like that you can write. You can take a photograph also of this particular screen so that it will help you to make the project. So what we'll do, let us open 3 columns now. Let us say one is serial number. Then serial number will help us to refer to different cells. Let us say I'll write one thing, description. Here one more cell I'll open like values. Trust you have already understood the concept of composition scheme. If you have understood, then you'll be able to apply those things in this project. Okay, and objective of teaching you this thing is that you see in this particular course we're insisting that you should this particular course you should take it as a skill development or skill building course. Intention is not to teach you law only. Intention is that you should know how to apply your GST skills in business decision. And if you're able to learn the concept and develop a skill like this, you'll be finding yourself very comfortable in business environment, in filing GST returns, taking decisions related to GST. That is our intention. Okay, first let us write serial number 1. First, this model we are developing in such a way that it will feed some data, so automatically decisions can be taken that whether one should go for composition scheme or one should go for a regular scheme. Okay, first we'll see. Let us say we'll take rate under regular scheme. Excuse me. Or rate applicable. Okay, you can understand rate applicable. A regular scheme on output. And this, this will change. Different outputs are there, different rates are there, isn't it? If some rate is applicable, you have to fill it up here. So what is the normal rate on outputs? What is the normal rate? Who can tell me?
18%.
18%. So we'll take it as 18%. Okay. And we'll do one thing. Here we'll make a, since you're making a project, we'll give a note here. How we can give a comment? Any of you know how to add a comment? So I'm doing here. You see, this is the cell. Right click. You can see one link. Can you see what is written here? Can you read it? Can you read?
So insert comment.
Insert comment. Okay, it's a use this command. Right click, insert command. So here I will write a command. Refer to rate schedule. One can refer to rate schedule, or one can refer to CBIC website also. Okay, so if someone is filling up this data, suppose you want to fill up here, automatically it will prompt you, please refer to rate schedule, because I have inserted a comment here. Is it done? Okay, now second we'll try. Second, we'll do rate applicable on scheme. Instead of output, we'll write it input. Suppose we are purchasing something, so input, what is the rate we'll be putting here. Now, here also, let us say input, most of the cases rate will be also 18%. Is it not? But here also we'll give a comment. How to know the rate? Here also we can refer to the schedule, or we can do one thing, we can refer to invoice also. Is it not? Invoice rates will be there. So I am putting a comment here, insert comment, refer to rate schedule or CBIC site, or if you're already having an invoice, you can refer to the tax invoice. Okay, tax invoices I had shown you earlier, so one can easily find what is the rate applicable or output. So output rate, input rate, which may vary from time to time, we'll be filling it up. Okay, since it will change, so I'll writing a red color so that you can understand this has to fill. Then third we'll write let us say rate under composition scale. What can be rate here? What can be the rate here? Who can tell me?
So 1%, 5%, or 6%.
1%, 5%, or 6%. So here you will give a comment. Accordingly, you will do it. You see, I'm clicking here, right click. This will automatically clear understanding. So you can write manufacturers or traders. Okay, 1%. Then what's the option? Restaurants, sorry. Without alcohol. What is the rate applicable for this kind of restaurant? Then what else? Service providers. Right? Service providers, what is the rate? What is the rate? Who can say?
6%.
6%, sir.
6%. Okay, so this will automatically prompt if somebody fills up here. So here, let us say, for example, let us take somebody, the teller, we're filling up 1%. Okay, this has to be manually filled out. Okay, here also one more note we can do, business modeling for composition scheme. Here also one more note can do. This is applicable only when turnover is within 1.5, is it not? And for service providers, it is up to 50 lakhs.
50 lakhs or more.
Okay, that also somewhere will give a note. Okay, now 1, 2, 3. Now fourth point we will take sales value under regular scheme. Okay, we are taking something in the previous example. Let us say 1,18,000. Okay, 1 lakh plus the sales value means we will take gross sales value. Is it not? Gross sales value will take gross sales value. Sorry, percentage idea. 1,18,000. Why it is coming percentage? I have to format this cell. It automatically become percentage. 1 second. I'll make it general. Is it okay? Gross sales at regular scheme, this much.
Yes, sir.
Here we can give a note also. What is the note? When someone will fill up this data, he should also know. I will insert a comment here. Right click, insert comment. Or here we will give comment, or let us leave here. We'll give comment. Okay, let us give it. Now you have to give edit comment. Composition scheme is available if the aggregate turnover is up to rupees, up to rupees how much? 1.5 crore for traders, manufacturers, and up to rupees 50 lakh for 50 lakh for whom?
Service providers.
Service providers.
Service providers, sir.
Okay. So this note should be there so that if somebody is filling the data at that time, you should understand whether it is scheme is or at all applicable or not. Then I will take this thing, gross sale value at regular scheme we have taken, will take under composition scheme. Okay, it may be same, may be different also. Okay, maybe someone sell it at a different price. Okay, or can do one thing. First we'll, yeah. How much we can do under gross sale value under composition scheme? It might be, let us say 1 lakh we'll take. Oh, for this sales have become percentage. Right. Okay. Now we'll take purchase value. Purchase value also has to be filled up manually. Purchase value, I think purchase value, gross purchase value will take. In the last example in the previous class, what we had done, we had taken purchase value something like 80,000 plus 18% we had taken. So 94,400. This will take, this also has to be filled up manually. $94,400. Okay. Okay. Is it okay up to this?
Yes, sir.
So I think up to this one has to fill up manually. After that, we should do a program in such a way that our decision and all the calculation has to be automatically computed. That is the purpose of this project. But up to this thing, I think this data has to be computed manually. Any other thing you feel manual has to be computed? Let us say GST rate we have to fill up because it keeps on changing. We have to refer to the schedule and try. And the regular scheme, what is the GST? What is that GST applicable to regular
Sir?
scheme? Yeah, tell me.
Sir, you
Yes.
did add a comment on the gross sales value under regular scheme. But I think the comment should be on composition scheme, right?
Yeah, that could be
Sir,
better.
1,18,000.
That could be better. Okay, actually, we should give comment elsewhere because the entire project will not be applicable. If aggregate turnover, here it is a turnover of a particular. Here also we can give the right same comment. Also we can give here. Is it not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, well, as you rightly pointed out, we'll introduce that point again. Yeah. What I'll do. Here also you can give a comment. Insert comment. What comment you want to give? Tell me.
The same.
Same means what I should write. Tell me in your own word.
The
I will say.
the
Let us. I am writing different thing. Not applicable. If turnover is more than 1.5 CR for traders or manufacturers, and or for manufacturers, again like it again we'll write turnover more than 50 lakh for service providers. You can give better comment also. Okay, here it is a warning. If someone is filling a data here, it will be warned that you check your turnover, then you fill up it. Right?
Sir, can you repeat the comment again? I want to see what it was.
I'm writing not applicable.
Okay, sir, got it.
If turnover is more than 1.5 crore for traders, manufacturer, you can give better comment. Objective is that whatever knowledge you have understood now, whatever knowledge you have gathered, you have understood the scheme, so apply that knowledge. Okay, so here why you are writing comment? Because when you are filling it over, filling a particular data, you should know what one should know. Right, one should know that these rates are available in this schedule. Here one should know these rates are available, let us say in an invoice. You should know what is the rate. Okay, one should know whether the scheme is applicable or not. Right. So we are using the knowledge that we have gathered so far in this project. So gross purchase value, we have written like this, previous example we have taken. Now what we will do, We'll calculate next points. We'll calculate, let us say GST on output. Okay, what is the GST on output? We can easily calculate what is the output. You see the formula. This is the output 1,18,000 I'm selling. Is it not? This contains 18%. So what I'll do, divided by 100% plus output, this is 18% into again 18%. So this is the GST component. You see automatically it is changed. Understood what I have done? This is the GST component in that. Okay. Now if you are calculating sales value excluding GST.
Can you explain that again? GST on
Yes,
output.
I'm explaining. Okay, I wanted to compute what is the GST on output. Output I am selling at 1,18,000. I want to compute what is the GST component. That contains 18%. That is 118% is this one. So what is 18%? 18% is this cell 118 divided by, you see the formula, divided by 100% plus C. C61 is 18% into C61 is again 18%. That means C64 divided by 118% into 18%. Why I am linking with the cell? Suppose you want not 18%, it's 28%. Right. So automatically it should change. It should change. Now it is 25,000. Okay. So I am making it 18% so that you'll be able to come. Watch the formula carefully once again. Are you seeing the formula? And try to, in your project, try to, you yourself should try to write the formula properly. Now, what is the value excluding GST? What I can do? Equal to sales value minus GST. Value excluding GST is how much? 1 lakh. We can easily compute. Yes or no? Okay. Are you able to understand? Now, what is the GST on input we will be computing? GST on output we had already computed. GST on input will compute. GST on input, how to compute? Now watch it again here. Equal to, where is input? Gross sales value input as how much? Equal to, watch it here, 94,400. Is it not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So 94,400 divided by 118%. 118% what I am doing? 100% plus input GST is, you see, 18%. Input GST may be different also. So that means this divided by 118%. Okay, again multiplied with 18%. So I am getting 14,400 is the GST on input. Okay. It's a net purchase value. Net purchase value is how much? Equal to 94,400 minus 14,400. 80,000 is the purchase value. Okay. Up to this, is it clear? Now you see how much is GST payable. Input GST you have computed, output GST we have computed. Next thing we will be calculating what is the GST payable under regular scheme and what is the GST payable under composition scheme. Now, GST payable under regular scheme. Can you calculate how much GST is payable? on regular scheme? Who can tell me? On output, what is the GST liability? What is the GST liability on output?
18,000, sir.
18,000. But ITC is available how much?
14,400.
So 18,000 minus 14,400, this much is the GST payable. Is it done? If you are going for
Yes, sir.
regular scheme, you have to pay 3,600. This is GST. Now, GST payable under composition scheme we will calculate. GST payable under, instead of regular, we will see under composition scheme. Now, who can say me? How to calculate? Please help me. How to calculate? How much is paid?
18,000, sir.
Yeah, how much?
18,000.
How much?
18,000, sir.
18,000.
No,
Under-
sir.
Yeah.
It is 1,18,000 into 1% or 5% or 6%.
Why
as per
18
the-
GST payable under composition scheme? Composition scheme, what is the rate?
Oh,
applicable for
sorry, sir.
composition
Sorry,
scheme?
sir. I thought regular scheme. Sorry, sir.
Here I am asking GST payable under composition scheme. Tell me what is the amount? What is the rate applicable under composition scheme?
1%.
1%. 1% of what?
Gross sales
1,18,000.
Yeah,
1 lakh.
1,18,000.
1 lakh.
If you take it
1 lakh.
Sir,
1,18,000,
1 lakh.
1 lakh, 1 lakh.
sir.
okay. If you want to 1,18,000, I can make it 1,18,000 also. No issue. Normally trader sells it at the same
No,
price.
sir, it's okay, sir. 1 lakh, okay.
No, still 1,18,000 doesn't matter. It will automatically 1,18,000. Let us say you are a trader. Okay. So purposefully, we can fill up it. So if that is that 1% of that, is it not? So gross sales value is this into, understand it very clearly. So 1180. Right, GST payable under composition scheme. Okay. Is it okay? Now tell me profit under regular scheme. Profit under regular scheme. Tell me what is the profit. Now here you tell me the formula. What should I, how to calculate profit under regular scheme? It is profit in absolute amount, not in percentage. Tell me how to calculate. Just give me the formula. What to do? What divided by? Equal
Sir, the
to
gross sales value
gross sales value 1,18,000 regular scheme minus
divided by, sorry, minus
Minus?
minus
Gross
gross
purchase value?
value
gross purchase
minus
value.
output, GST on output,
Yeah, what is that amount? Can you tell me?
18,000.
18,000.
Sorry,
No,
sorry,
sir.
14,000.
14,000.
14,400.
No. Think
Or
carefully.
3,600.
Sir, 3,000.
3,600. Very good. That's the right answer.
Oh,
3,600 is
GST
the
payable,
profit.
yeah.
Okay, now you have understood the scheme operations. Okay, that is what I wanted. You should understand how profits are generated. Now, good that you have understood this. So this should minus 3,600. This is additional payment which are made to government. That also goes out of your pocket. That should be computed like this. Now let us say profit under. Let us say calculate profit under, instead of regular scheme, what I should do? Composition scheme. If there is some spelling mistake, please ignore it for the time being. We'll rectify it later on. Yeah, profit under composition scheme. Now somebody has to help me how to compute it.
It is gross sales under composition scheme
Gross sale value of composition 118, then
minus
minus
gross purchase value.
how much?
So 94,400.
94,500. Then
Then subtracted with the GST payable under composition scheme.
how much is that?
1,180.
Very good, very good, very good. Right. So 22,000 something. Okay. Now 15 item we'll take it. This is important for us. This is the business decision. What is your business decision? Okay, some of you may be familiar with Excel, some of you may not be familiar, but don't worry. We'll learn this formula. Just a minute. Point number 15 is important for us. We'll say this is our ultimate business decision. Here, what business decision has to be taken? Now you have understood. If let us say profit is more, here in this example, profit is more in case of composition scheme. Okay, so you can say if this particular cell is more than this cell, then go for composition scheme. If it is not more, you may go for regular scheme. If they're same, you can go also for regular scheme. Okay, so we'll give that formula. You see what is the formula I am giving. First I am typing, you see, equal to. The moment you are typing equal to, that means Excel is recognizing it. You are going to give a formula. Then you see if. Are you watching it? If. Okay. Then bracket start. This particular cell is more. Sorry, not is this particular cell is more. Okay, greater than this particular cell. Okay, then you write comma, then you write inverted comma, opt for composition scheme. Okay, inverted comma ends. Then give a comma. That means if it doesn't have, then you can write again inverted comma. Go for regular scheme. Inverted comma ends. Bracket. Bracket ends. Enter. Now you see answer is coming out for composition scheme. Okay. Formula is not a great formula. Formula you see if this cell is more than this cell, comma, opt for composition scheme, inverted comma ends, then comma, or otherwise go to regular scheme. Okay. Understood? This is our model. Now you see how we can use the model. Suppose tomorrow you say it is not 1%. You say no composition scheme. Now you see what is the answer, what is the business decision you get? What is the decision? What is the decision?
Opt for composition scheme.
Opt for composition scheme. Let us say instead of 1%, I am changing it 6%. Okay, it's a service provider, let us say. You see what is the answer? Go for regular scheme. Are you seeing? Automatically it is happening. Let us say 1%.
Can you please repeat it again, sir? Sorry.
What should I repeat? The formula?
No, so after the formula, sir, now you just changed, then it's opting for regular.
You see, when under composition scheme rate is 1%, what is the decision? Opt for composition scheme. From 1%, I am making it, let us say, 6%. Let us say you are a service provider. It is saying opt for regular scheme. Or let us say I am going for 5%. It says same, go for regular scheme. But 6% it is saying 6% is go for regular scheme. 1% it is saying
composition scheme.
Composition scheme. Okay. So this particular exercise will help us in clarifying all our doubts. All the kind of business decisions can be clarified here. Okay, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what we'll do, we'll stop here for the timing. Just
So
a
can
minute.
you just click on the business decision formula again so that I
That formula. Okay, we'll take a break. Now, once I come back, the next session, quickly I'll be explaining you all these things. I'll be also explaining you how to prepare a project for this. Okay, once again, we'll be learning that thing because that is the only thing that will help us to consolidate it, all the knowledge that we have gained our composition skill. Okay. So now we'll stop here. We'll catch up exactly after 15 minutes. That means maybe around what time? Around 3:50 we'll catch up.
50, sir.
Okay, 3:50 we'll catch up. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So let's meet at 3:50.
Thank you, sir.